why now? After all, they've been cohabiting and loving each other as an item for about 26 years. And some of you may be asking, well, we thought you were married anyway. But no, the truth is that they have come together and believe wholeheartedly that now is the right time. Some people just like to try it out first, you know. Some people take a while to make their mind up. Okay. But it is their inspiration to have this special ceremony tonight in front of you all because they really wanted to share it with friends and family, their community. Very special to them. And I also want to introduce Kris Noah. She's a marriage celebrant. She's going to help with the legal parts of the ceremony. But let us begin by setting the scene. So I'm going to invite Cleo and Kris to each present a short story. And I think Kris is going to go first. And so here under the spotlight. Now, I'm not sure what Kris is going to call it, but I've called this one Across the Dance Floor. And big voice, Kris, so we can all hear. Thank you.
Okay. It was 26 years ago. I was at the Irish Hall. I was a bit of a regular at those folk dances in those days. They used to happen every fortnight. And then one night I saw on the other side of the room a vision of beauty. She was floating through the crowd. Who's seen Blues Brothers? Yeah. Who's seen the Mother Superior as she played? That's what she was doing. She was floating through the dance floor. Okay? I couldn't take my eyes off her. And as soon as I managed to ask her for a dance, I did. Well, that's what I was there for. It happened to be a change partner dance. It was a polka, a heel and toe polka. Some of you probably know how to do the heel and toe polka. Well, I was a pretty deft polka in those days. And so every third dance that came along, I managed to polka myself out of the line, back in across the middle of the floor, and back into the line, so that Cleo had the same partner every third change. She tells me she did work it out. Okay, I was smitten, and I haven't looked back. Okay. Over the next few months, we often met at the Irish Hall and we became good friends. I remember one night, we sat in the front of the hall and Cleo had a packet of pistachio nuts. She shared it with me. Ever since then I've said that she seduced me with pistachio. Okay? Now, just being a good dancer meant she ticked one box for me. I used to run a large bushwalking club. So one of the first things I ask anyone is, do you like walking? She said she liked going bushwalking. Ding! Another tick box ticked. Over the time I found out she liked movies and she liked science fiction movies. Ding! Another 2 boxes ticked.
What a good idea. So can I get back up?
Of course, when I was young, I remember my dad told me, look, doesn't matter who you meet, check out their mother. Well, I eventually did meet Cleo's mum. We got on like a house on fire. She loved to joke. And I told her jokes too. The only trouble is that she laughed so much that I never did find out the punchline to any of her jokes. But we got on. Ding, another box ticked. A short PS. one couldn't be involved with Cleo alone because she came as a package with Matthew. And when he'd finished dancing, Cleo put him down, she had a yoga mat or something, underneath the table, underneath the stage, directly in front of the band. So he'd fall asleep soaking up the music, I don't know, perhaps. And as he grew into a young adult and I got to know him, and he began calling me Dad, another box ticked. Ding.
Thank you, Kris. And now we're going to hear from Cleo. Kris has already mentioned about Mum's approval, so Cleo, big voice.
When I introduced you to my mum 25 years ago, she thought you were a catch from the start. He has a good job, he doesn't drink, he doesn't gamble, and he's got a house. At that time, I thought that wasn't the top 4 on my checklist. But I could still see her point. Despite Kris making comments that some of my family did not understand, Mum would explain things away, champion his cause, and remained his greatest supporter. You both took delight in laughing at each other's jokes. In those early years when love was new, you repeatedly asked me to marry you. Having been married before and somewhat uncertain about the longevity of my relationships, I thought it best to leave well enough alone and kept saying, not now. Eventually, you did say, I'm not going to ask you again, just let me know if you change your mind. It's taken me a while, but I'm ready.
So I hope you appreciated those insights from those wonderful stories. Thank you, Cleo and Kris. And now Matthew's going to entertain us with another very appropriate song, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Very beautiful. Now, before we come to the legal part of the proceedings, and I hand over to Kris, a poem which is meaningful to Cleo and Kris. So bear with me for a couple of minutes. It's a beautiful piece. Here we are. Be ready to dance. in the quiet of the night, when the world slows to a whisper and the stars lean in, curious. Be ready when the music fades and only the rhythm of your hearts keeps time with the moon, in the soft, sacred spaces between breaths and words, where the unspoken becomes the truth, and the truth a melody only you both know. Be ready to dance, not because you need to move, but because standing still is not enough to contain what you feel. Be ready when the rain begins, when the sky weeps in joy or sorrow, and the earth smells of stories yet to be told. Let the raindrops be your music, the wind your guide, as you hold each other close, so close that the world outside ceases to exist. Be ready to dance in the kitchen, barefoot, among the scattered spices and the half-finished meals, where life is messy and real and beautifully imperfect. Let the clatter of dishes be your percussion, the hum of the fridge your bass line, as you twirl into laughter, into the simple unscripted moments that become memories. Be ready when you're tired, when the day has worn you thin and your shoulders carry the weight of a world unseen. Hold out your hand and rest in each other's arms, where the only thing that matters is the sway of your bodies, the quiet understanding that in this dance you are home. And even when the music ends, when the night grows old and the stars have had their fill, still be ready to dance. For in that asking, you remind each other that love is not just spoken, but lived. In the steps you take together, the turns, the dips, the moments in between. Always be ready to dance, because life, in all its chaos and calm, is better when shared in the gentle, timeless rhythm of two souls moving as one. And now I ask Kris to come forward with the legal part of the ceremony.
If you could just move back a bit, Kris, so people can see. David's missing. Wonderful. Good evening, everybody. What a fabulous evening, and what a wonderful surprise. I love weddings like this. Well, my name is Christina Noah, and I am a registered marriage celebrant, authorised to solemnise this marriage according to law. Before you are joined in marriage, in my presence and in the presence of these wonderful witnesses, I wish to remind you of the serious and binding nature of the relationship into which you're about to enter. It's not too late. Marriage, according to Australian law, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into and excluding all others, entered into for life. So Cleo and Kris, on this your wedding day, your relationship will be strengthened and deepened. Marriage is a special relationship. It is a sharing of two lives, a sharing which should not diminish, but rather enhance each other's individuality. So, Kris, do you wish to marry your beautiful Cleo?
I do.
I haven't finished yet. He's pretty eager. So, Kris, do you, Kris, wish to marry your beautiful Cleo, to happily hold her above all, and to have her as your wife for life?
Yes.
And what about you, Cleo? Do you, Cleo, wish to marry your handsome Kris, to happily hold him above all, and to have him as your husband for life?
I do.
So now Cleo and Kris will express their wedding vows, that they are their personal vows that they wish to express to one another.
I love you means that I love you not only for what you are, but what I am when I'm with you. I love you not only for what you've made of yourself, but what you've made of me. I do not wish to change you into someone else. It means that I will love you and stand by you through good times and bad times. It means loving you even when you're in a bad mood or too tired to do the things that I want to do. And it means loving you when you're down, not just when you're fun to be with. I love you means that I know your deepest secrets and I don't judge you for them. I know that, as I know that you don't judge me for mine. It means that I care enough to fight for what we have, and that I love you enough not to let go. It also means that I will continue to get rid of the cockroaches as long as you continue to take care of the spiders. I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Christopher Mode, take you, Cleopatra, Esperanza, Lycos, to be my lawful wife.
It is only at the start that love is blind. After 25 years, life has shone its light on both of us, exposing every aspect of our personalities. You've seen me at my best and worst. You've allowed me the freedom to be myself. You have proven yourself to be a reliable, accepting and forgiving life companion. I am so grateful for the secure life we have built together, for the garden we've nurtured, for the sharing of many joys, including watching Matthew grow into the person that he is. My vow is to do whatever is necessary to maintain our relationship for as long as possible, to keep considering, sharing, listening, laughing, travelling and loving. To that end, I promise to keep gently reminding you that pizza, pasta, schnitzel and cappuccino do not make up the 4 food groups. Call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Cleopatra Esperanza Lycos, take you, Christopher Mode, to be my lawful husband.
Before Kris and Cleo exchange their rings, I'm going to get you all involved in part of the ring ceremony. And I'm going to ask that you all take part in the ring warming ceremony. Now, this ring warming ceremony, that it's a tradition that originated in Ireland and now practiced at weddings all over the world. So in a moment, Matthew will bring the rings, or he's starting to bring the rings to one of you, and then you'll just move them around. However, when you receive your ring, I want you to hold it and warm it with your best wishes, your prayers, your good thoughts for both Kris and Cleo.
Oh no!
It's still good. It's still good.
3 seconds.
Well, we know what you're wishing.
May the strength of the wind and the light of the sun, the softness of the rain and the mystery of the moon reach you and fill you. May beauty delight you and happiness uplift you. May wonder fulfill you and love surround you. May your step be steady and your arm be strong. May your heart be peaceful and your word be true. May you seek to learn. May you learn to live. May you live to love, and may you love always.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
Have you touched them? No, not yet. No. It's all right. It's okay. I mean, we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. I mean, come back this way. I know. No. It'll probably come back this way.